is a track of mine from Rukus. It's called Minja, and it was released back in 2018. It actually has a really cool remix from The Drifter. And that remix was played quite a lot by many DJs. Super happy with that. And the reason that I'm playing this track for you actually is because in the Staying Here track, so if you were following the previous streams, I'm doing kind of a breakdown of the elements that went into the making of my track called Staying Here, which was released on Days Like Nights earlier this year. And in Staying Here I have some white noise elements. Actually I have two of them, and one is from this track from Minja, and the other one is from another one which is called Enveloping, and that one was released in 2019. We share the artwork here. Yeah, so this is basically the track. And actually the remix is also really nice, I love it. If Beatport is playing fine. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is the track, the remix from The Drifter. It has a really cool drive, I love it. Brilliant remix. You might have heard it in my sets already. So yeah, I wanted to give you a bit of this background, and now the other track, Enveloping. Yeah, it's here in the Heartbeat EP, and this is the other track. This one was released last year in February on Viter, and it has So the other white noise sound that I have used in Staying Here track, I actually made it for this track, and I've reused it. I'll dive into it in a minute. Yeah, well, it's a really short preview of this track. Anyhow, so side. So let's dive into it. So where we here. So these are my white noise effects, and they are already frozen from the other projects. And you can see here the first one, the blue one, is from Enveloping, and the other one is from Minja. And actually they contain a multitude of white noise effects, like samples, but also operator. Yes, because it has the operator, it has a nice oscillator here for the white noise. I think you can see it on the screen. And yeah, of course you can layer with as many elements as you want, and I like to use this quite a lot in my tracks, and in combination with the other samples that I'm importing, you know. So it's a pretty good one. So I'll let you hear first sound. The other one. So basically what I did in the track Minja, I think actually this is like as long as one whole track. Yeah. So as you can see, I have quite a few events within this audio track of white noise hits. So basically it just keeps going on and on and on and on, and they are signaling, of course, the beginning of new phrases or the build-ups or releases. So just to give a bit of perspective back, so I only used, you know, some chops from it. The fly here that keeps annoying me. Just keeps flying around. He's sleeping. Not bothered at all. Eh, Luna? No flies for you? Ay. So, I'll just walk you a bit through the operator. So I have only one oscillator on, which is basically the white noise, and so here you have the waveform you can choose from, and I normally use this one. You can also use the looped noise, but then yeah, that sounds a bit different, so you can hear how it sounds. You can hear it. It sounds like almost like a car engine repeating itself. But then when I put the normal white noise, it's just smooth. So yeah, I have here some automation for the filter frequency and the resonation. Sometimes this could be giving some interesting effect, but mostly if you're using, let me put off the reverb. Mostly if you're using the white noise as a hat, or maybe, you know, you are syncopating it to the rhythm, then you can use this. And you can go with the decay, with the release. What was it? Release? Same, was it? Oh yeah, with the sustain. So when the sustain is lower, you can potentially make it longer or shorter with the time. So just going to put it back to where it was. Then it's always how do you call it? I mean, I leave it always to creativity when I make this white noises if I start from scratch, but I like to reuse once I'm happy with a version of the white noise that I've done. I like to reuse those and import them in the new tracks, and it saves me a lot of time, obviously. But if I would design it again from scratch, it will not sound like the ones that I have previously made, so they will always sound different. And of course I made it in WAV because it saves a lot of CPU. But this is the process normally. So I have the operator. Sometimes I make you can also make a group of different instruments, a multitude of operators, for instance, and then the sound will be a bit more fat, more rich, but it's not really necessary on the white noise, but it could be an option. And then I'm doing some EQing on it. And the EQing is really minimal, but then it really depends also with the track, so how all the other elements are sitting in the track. Because yeah, if the hi-hats are really, I don't know, predominant in this area, then you might want to remove some of the white noise from there. And of course, because it's white noise and it's on the whole spectrum of frequency, then it's good to just scan really thorough until you find those frequencies which have to be taken out, so it doesn't clog up your mix, especially on the high end. Yeah, but normally I would like to cut it up to around here, and let me play this. So now it sounds a bit in your face, but sometimes it's good to cut some of the frequencies, especially around here. And yeah, this is like 1.5 kilohertz or so, because it gives a nice effect, muffled. And you can move around with this, until you find the right spot. And what's important for me when I make the white noises is to play, so when the filter is actually closing, in this case from operator, but it can also be from auto filter. When the filter is closing, then the resonation is opening, and that's where you create this kind of a landing effect, like that. You can hear it a bit here. And or if you want to add some tonality to the white noise, like accentuated tonality, then you can use resonators. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of tone, but it really has to be in the key of the song, because otherwise it's gonna sound weird. But yeah, most of the times it's without a specific tone, so I keep this one away. And of course then I have the side chaining, which I'm using it quite a lot, and this is either side chained to the hats or to the kick drum. For now I'm gonna leave this off. And then of course I have some volume, and something very important is the panning, because normally it just comes mono. So the panning, see how it opens it up. And again, you know, this is something that I do with quite a few elements, especially if they are in mono, or if I want to change the positioning of the stereo. Then I put the delay on milliseconds, and then I just play with the timing of the left and right. So they have to be different in order to create this opening up effect, you know. And for the white noise, is definitely having a great impact to have it stereo and not mono. And then I have reverb, and with the reverb, I mean, I can go really as crazy as I want. It really depends what's yeah, it just really depends how I feel on the moment and how I want to make the white noise sounding. Sometimes it's nice to have a lot of reverb and effects on it, but sometimes it's also nice to have like super dry. Really depends on the track. I mean, for me, the white noises are a pretty important element in the track, and it's actually inspired from other tracks that I listened, but mostly I think the inspiration for the white noise came from the minimal techno. I started listening to some music from Richie Houghton. I think it was Plastic Man, when he was performing as Plastic Man, and he had this driving minimal beat, and then pads, lots of white noise. And then when you listen to it actually on the dance floor, I mean, it's not the white noise itself from the track, but I think it was emulated from what you'd hear on the dance floor, because you have the either the smoke machines or you have the CO2 cannons, and then when you have the drop coming in, then you have this shh, and it's amazing because it gives so much energy to the track. So yeah, pretty much the inspiration came from there to add these elements in, and they just work, functional. So oh yeah, and here I have just one symbol. This is actually coming from the collection, show in browser. Yeah. This is actually a really cool sample collection. Thermionic solid state drums by Goldbaby. This is also downloaded from, actually purchased from the Ableton Live website. And it has all these analog recordings from drum machines. All right, going to tune out, and I'm back tomorrow at the same time. And tomorrow, what I will do, I'll dive into the melodies a little bit and show you how I came up with the melody. Well, there is in principle just one main melodic idea which keeps repeating, but I'll get into it tomorrow. Okay, so enjoy the rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow.